In this video, what I'm going to show you is how I go about putting together e-commerce audits for my clients. I get paid to put these audits together, but then as I'm presenting them, I'll also be pitching additional services to the client to help them fix the issues if it's a good fit and if it is something that I can help with. So I'm going to show you the tools that I use, what the audits look like in the end, and then a bit of my process about how I put them together. Now the overall process takes about an hour. The first time I think it took about 3 or 4 hours to put this together. So there's quite a few parts, but I'll aim to keep this video as short as I can just to cover the main things. If you do have any questions or I've missed something that you think is quite important, then feel free to leave a comment or let me know. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to show you a little bit the end result. So this is an audit that I put together for a client. This is one bit of the audit. So this is the website report side of it. So this uses a tool called MyWebAudit that is absolutely fantastic, created by a good friend of mine, Cliff, and his team. And it looks brilliant. It makes it so easy to go step by step, analyze a website from an SEO perspective, technical perspective. This is the e-commerce audit. So it gives this nice high-level view as to what areas could benefit the most and what areas need the most improvement. So there's also some education in there, which absolutely looks fantastic as well. But the part I really like is the drop down that goes to recommendations. So you can see all the high impact recommendations in one place for different pages. So it really gives you and your client action items prioritized about what to work on next. So I'll go through that process. I will perform the audit and I'll take some additional notes as I do that. But then I'll just present it in a slightly different way to the client because I want to peel out certain things that I want to position ahead of other things. So while we do have high priority things here, I also want to frame some certain parts of the audit which may be more impactful for the client or more in line with services that I want to pitch them. So what I do is I have a Google document here. So I take this and I just clone this for the client. So I'll replace the logo. So MyWebAudit is the tool that I use for the audits, but I'll replace this logo with the client's logo. It's always nice for them to see something that's branded as themselves. And then I'll go through this document. So I'm just going to run through it at a high level. So I start with areas to discuss. Then where I put specific questions related to their business. So here I've got what products or product categories are you most profitable. So this is helping me really frame the conversation with the client that I'm an e-commerce consultant, not a technical consultant. I don't want to be talking about plugins and hosting. Although those things are important, I really want the client to see me as someone that can help drive sales, drive traffic, and drive business results for them. So that's why I put these questions in here. I also put some instructions here for the client to put their own questions there after I share this with them. It's useful for us between when I run the audit and when we have our second meeting for them to have a place to park ideas. So I'll analyze their analytics and also look into Shopify or WooCommerce. So Google Analytics, Shopify, WooCommerce, take the data, put it in here. This is just example data I put together. It would be insane if there was a store that was this consistent. So as I go through that process, usually it can be easy to see what kind of trends are coming up. Is ad spend higher than the revenue that they're getting from ads? That would be a red flag. Are they not investing anything in organic SEO, but they're generating a significant amount of revenue from that? Are they getting a lot from direct, but they're not getting anything from organic? Like, where are just some areas that stand out quite easily so I can help to just align the client with where there's opportunity, and if there's a match with the services I can offer or someone I know, then I can introduce them or I can pitch the services that are going to help. So I'll do benchmarks. I will do a growth forecast, and I do this using MyWebAudit. So the tool I use there is the return on investment analysis. Now this is just what the inside of MyWebAudit looks like. You add in a client, you click on their website, you choose the report, the audit that you want to run, and then you go for it from there. You just follow step-by-step process. You can see here, I don't have access to the Google My Business audit because I didn't pay for it. But if Cliff is watching this and he'd like to upgrade me, then that's totally fine. Anyway, so what I'll do is I'll go through the return on investment analysis. I think I've got that open in the tab, which looks like this. You put in a couple of numbers and then it will give you a bit of a forecast. If you were to change things like conversion rates by 1%, that would equal 38,000 additional sales, $38,000 in additional sales per month for the client, which is almost $500,000 per year. And if they would also, if you were to help them also increase their revenue by their traffic by 30% and conversion rate by 1%, that is just over $900,000 per year. So by putting this in this part of the report that I'm showing them, they are framed with what the potential upside is before we start talking about the services that I might be offering to help them get there. Okay, the next part is I summarize the findings. Now, this is fairly templatized for various sites, but I do tweak it specific to the client that I'm working with. In this particular template, the website traffic is low, but conversion rate is good. So it seems like they've got a bit of a traffic issue there. So we want to work on that. So I just want to frame that. And then a bit of education about how things work at a high level. And then we'll get into the actual recommendations. So top 3, these are the things that I really think they should work on. Most important to focus on first. Key issues, these need to be addressed. You need to fix these things. They may be quite difficult or they may not be difficult. It depends, but they do need to fix these things. And then here are some quick wins. These are projects to work on over the next 30 to 90 days. And this is going to be my hit list to work on with the client if I pitch them additional services, if these are things that I can really help them with. And then future opportunities. I want to frame that this isn't just we're not going to just work together for 3 months or a month or just this audit. There are a lot of things that could be done in the future to really help solidify their position in the marketplace, grow their store, and keep growing over time. So in this space, I'll link over to the website review, and a little bit of copy that Clifford mentioned to me at some point is the website review is really a 360-degree view of the website, and there are key recommendations in there. I let them know that there are areas to improve, but I've pulled out the key ones for us to leverage, but they have access to all of the different areas and parts of the audit to take a look as they like. I review some of their competitors as well, just a couple of key points around marketing, website conversions, and I'll just really just review the website. I just take notes. I won't go through an audit process. I'll just be taking some notes about a few things. And then I'll finish up with next steps. So next step is to take a closer look and have a chat, and here's how you can book in a call with me. And just before I send this off to the client, I will record a video and then link it here. I'll then send an email to the client with a link to this particular Google document and a link to the video. I'll keep that video within 5 minutes, and I'll just run through this from the top to the top 3. I'll just run through that in the video, and then I'll click over to the audit, and I'll just let them know a little bit about how it works and how you can get straight to the recommendations, and they can click through. And then I'll say something along the lines of, I look forward to chatting with you once you book in the call, and we can explore this further. If you have any questions or anything you want to discuss, you can feel free to add that to the to discuss area, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Cool. All right, so that is that's it when it comes to putting together the audit. I mean, there's quite a few steps in there, but I hope overall that's useful. I hope that helps you add some value to your clients. But yeah, do let me know, what does your audit process look like? Is it faster than that? Is it slower than that? Do you charge for yours? Let me know in the comments, and if you have any questions at all. All right, thanks. I'll see you in the next video.